When is a boating license required to operate a boat in Italy? Boating in a nutshell? Follow us. There are 3 main conditions for the requirement of a boating license. Let's look at them and follow along. Based on the length, without getting into the technicalities of small boat, vessel, pleasure ship, or commercial ship. The rule is 24 meters up to 24 meters. Can I go without a license? With the other constraints? Of course. There is a misconception by some, even by some authoritative figures, that 10 meters is the limit for a boating license. If we consider that there are sailboats of 11, 12 meters, which may have 33 horsepower, engine. These sailboats do not require a boating license to navigate, as long as the other parameters are respected. Anyway, so to summarize, the length is precisely 24 meters, and we will look at the other 2 parameters. The other parameter, regardless of whether it's important or not, all 3 must be respected. The most well-known one is definitely the engine power. So, as I mentioned earlier, before it is 40.8 horsepower. This is a limit for both motorboats and sailboats. This is the limit that cannot be exceeded. You can't think otherwise. This is the limit at 40.8. Consequently, all boats with an engine power exceeding this have the obligation to have a boating license. After which, the type of boating license depends on you because there are various stages. A bit like on the road, there's a motorcycle license, a car license, a car with many horsepower rather than a truck, a bus. So there are many issues. Another thing is for towing sports activities, like water skiing, wakeboarding, anything you need to tow with a line, with a rope behind you and the skier is doing it. For that, even if you have a smaller engine, a small boat, and you are within 6 miles from the coast, the boating license is mandatory. Within 6 miles from the coast, 6 miles distance, the coast even here for the novice. I'm not telling you the distance from the coast on the other side or from the starting point, the nearest coast. Consequently, if I navigate along the perimeter of Italy, starting from Venice and reaching Genoa, I can do it even without a license. The important thing is that I stay within 6 miles of the coast while navigating. So I can do the entire perimeter and I can easily do it even without a license. Then, the risk you take is your own concern with a 40 horsepower engine, but you can do it. So let's go through some examples. Borderline. So, a 5-meter boat with a 30 horsepower engine without a license, a 9-meter boat with a 40 horsepower engine without a license, a 12-meter sailboat with a 35 horsepower engine, no license required, a 12-meter boat with a 30 horsepower engine. Honestly, there aren't any because they are workboats, and a workboat is already a different matter. Consequently, you will need a license specifically for that type of project, because a 10-meter barge with an engine. But it becomes a bit of a complex issue. It's not a recreational vehicle, so not for fun. I have my nice 6-meter inflatable boat with a 40 horsepower engine. I have fun. I like to free dive, go fishing. As it happens, fishing is optimal to the point that at 7 miles from the coast, you can't go there. So up to 6 miles, you can go from 6 miles onwards. You can't go there if you don't have a license. Otherwise, with the same vehicle, you get the nautical license. To operate a jet ski, so to get on board and ride a jet ski, regardless, you need a nautical license. If you don't want to miss any of our videos, all you have to do is subscribe right here on this channel. All that's left for me to say is fair winds and always keep an eye on the weather.